Charles Lindbergh, 1902 to 1974, was an American aviator, military officer, inventor, author, and environmental activist. He gained international fame for making the first solo nonstop flight across the Atlantic Ocean on May 20 to 21, 1927, in his aircraft, the Spirit of St. Louis. This historic flight from Roosevelt Field in New York to Bourget Field near Paris covered 3,600 miles in 33.5 hours, earning him worldwide acclaim and the Orteig Prize. Born on February 4, 1902, in Detroit, Michigan, Lindbergh grew up in Minnesota and Washington, D.C. His father, Charles August Lindbergh, was a U.S. congressman. From an early age, Charles showed an interest in mechanics and flight. He attended the University of Wisconsin, but left before graduating to pursue aviation. He worked as a barnstormer and airmail pilot, gaining valuable experience flying under challenging conditions, which helped prepare him for his historic transatlantic flight. Lindbergh's transatlantic flight made him a global hero and a symbol of courage and innovation in the rapidly advancing world of aviation. Upon his return to the U.S., he was honored with parades, awards, and decorations, including the Medal of Honor, which was rare for a non-combatant at the time. He became an advocate for aviation, promoting air travel and safety, and worked with pioneering airlines like Pan American Airways to develop new routes and infrastructure. He published WWII, a memoir of his transatlantic journey, which became a bestseller. In 1932, Lindbergh's fame took a tragic turn when his first child, Charles Jr., was kidnapped and later found dead, in what became known as the Lindbergh baby kidnapping. The case captivated the nation and led to widespread media coverage. Bruno Hauptmann was eventually convicted and executed for the crime, although the case remained controversial. Before the U.S. entered World War II, Lindbergh was an outspoken advocate for isolationism. He was associated with the America First Committee, a group that opposed U.S. involvement in the war. Lindbergh argued that the U.S. should stay out of the conflict, and his speeches, particularly one in Des Moines in 1941, were criticized as anti-Semitic due to his claims that Jewish interests were pushing the U.S. toward war. When Japan attacked Pearl Harbor in December 1941, Lindbergh offered his services to the U.S. military, but was initially rejected due to his pre-war views. Despite this, he flew 50 combat missions in the Pacific Theater as a civilian consultant for the U.S. Army Air Corps. In his later years, Lindbergh became an advocate for environmental conservation. He expressed concerns about the impact of industrialization and technological progress on the natural world. He supported efforts to protect endangered species, and was involved in the conservation of Hawaiian forests and the preservation of blue whales and other marine species. Lindbergh authored several books, including The Spirit of St. Louis, 1953, which won the Pulitzer Prize. He spent his later years living quietly with his family, and his legacy remains complex, shaped by his pioneering achievements in aviation, his political views, and his personal tragedies. Charles Lindbergh died of lymphoma on August 26, 1974, in Maui, Hawaii. His life and career continue to be studied as a pivotal chapter in both the history of aviation and 20th-century American culture.